Hello dear my group mates and Mr. Gordon. In this video I will review my writing assignment 2 and reflect on my learning this semester. So the presentation will be divided into two sections. First I will tell you about my main findings and conclusions for my writing assignment 2. Secondly, I will tell you how this course and my recent learning affect my writing moving forward. Regarding the main findings from my writing assignment 2, I found that I used some special strategies or tools to achieve the rhetorical purposes in my thesis. The first strategy is hook strategy. The second is keywords and phrases. I underlined these keywords and phrases in my writing assignment 2. Also, I found some areas of weakness to improve. So, the first finding is that I used hook strategy in order to create an interest which triggers readers to ask such questions as why, what kind of issues and factors, how do they influence? Then I used keywords and phrases. As I mentioned before, I underlined these keywords and phrases in my writing assignment 2. For example, in order to establish the problem in my thesis, I used such keywords as concern, apprehension, and resistance. In order to establish the purpose of my study, I wrote as, in response to these problems, this research aims to. In order to define the concept, I wrote as, Latinization is defined as. However, I found some areas of weakness to improve. For example, I need to reorganize my literature review more effectively. That means I need to try more to synthesize and connect common important ideas and arguments from different sources into one sentence. Explain the connections between the ideas, not just using the linking words such as furthermore, moreover, in addition, also, besides, and so on. Finally, I need to tell my readers why they should listen to the authors in my thesis, whether they are policymakers or scholars. In general, the conclusion that I made from my writing assignment 2 is that my effectiveness of thesis writing is high. The content and structure of my thesis is well developed and coherent because I critically examined the state of the field, clearly situated the topic, and clearly explained the research methodology. Regarding my recent learning, I have gained a lot of valuable and useful knowledge from this semester's course. For example, I have learned to write and identify rhetorical purposes. I have revised EP formatting and quoting. I have learned to organize, synthesize, and evaluate the information in my literature review. I have learned to analyze my text and myself, and to write meta-commentary. I have learned some concision and cohesion strategies. Also, I have learned some moves which I should use in my thesis to synthesize different ideas and make them coherent. I looked for some templates in the reading books. I have learned to differentiate they say from I say, and to enter the conversation with different authors and critically respond to their arguments. In general, I have learned to put in my own order. What are your findings And conclusions, my dear group mates. What have you learned from this semester's course? And Mr. Gordon, what's your impression about us and me personally? What do you think about our and my learning? What do you expect from us in the second semester? That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much for the great semester, my dear group mates and Mr. Gordon. I'm looking forward to my total grade.